Thank you all so much for joining me today for this yoga practice. I am practicing live on Zoom with a group from Breastfriends, a wonderful support program and organization, really, located in Tigard, Oregon. Their website is linked in the description box below. So if you or anyone you know of might benefit from their support, I highly encourage you to reach out. Today we are going to be practicing from our chair, and our focus for this practice is going to be on the third eye chakra, the place that is commonly associated with our intuition and our inner wisdom. So I'm going to move my chair to the back of the room so that you all can see me. I encourage you to get a safe and sturdy chair for yourself. Um, Also, if you can have socks or bare feet rather than shoes, that would be great so that you can feel your feet on the ground. And I'm going to bring the keyboard back with me just in case somebody comes a little bit late. So once you find yourself on your safe and sturdy chair, come to a tall seat. Now, yoga is very personal, so I'm going to give you some suggestions for what might feel good in your body. But listen to yourself, listen to your intuition, your inner knowing about what is best for you. So, if you would like to use this time to simply lay on your bed and rest, and breathe, not rest or breathe, definitely breathe. But if you just want to rest and breathe and be with yourself, that's a very intentional use of this time and can be very powerful. So feet on the floor, hands resting on your lap, palms down. Go ahead and draw yourself up to your tallest, strongest seat with your heart lifted and your shoulders soft, your chin gently tucked down so that you can feel the back of your neck lengthen. And then if you feel comfortable to close your eyes and just tune in to what's happening in your body right now. Notice any sense of aliveness anywhere, any sense of tingling. You might notice some discomfort. You might notice your breath, the beating of your heart. Just like you were calling up a friend, how are you today? What's going on in your really taking this time to check in with yourself and what is true for you.
Do you have very many people today?
We're focusing today right here at the third eye chakra, right in between and maybe just a little bit above the eyebrows. It's the Ajna chakra, which I'm sure there's different pronunciations. But this is associated with our intuition, with light, with clarity, with inner wisdom, with inner knowing. It's also closely linked to our pineal and pituitary glands. So when we enliven this area of ourselves and we are in a state of happiness or joy or relaxation, our bodies secrete hormones to support that. Endorphins, serotonin, oxytocin, those hormones that connect us to ourselves and to each other. And when we're stressed out, those same glands signal the body to release adrenaline and cortisol so that we can meet that stress. So we want to bring a sense of calmness and a sense of lightness to this place today. And let's just begin by looking up towards the sky any amount, just kind of focusing on this spot. And then taking the chin down towards the heart and looking downward. And begin to move with your breath, inhaling as you look up. Exhaling as you look down. And let your movements take the whole length of the inhale and the whole length of the exhale. Next time you look up towards the sky, we're going to stay here and just gently rock the ears from side to side. I like to think about a particular time when I was standing outside and I could feel the sun shining on my forehead. So you might imagine you've got some sunlight shining on your face here as you practice. And then we'll come back to center and we'll bring the head right back up to the top of the spine. And then some little circles here. And I usually say make some circles with the nose in one direction, but maybe make some circles with your third eye chakra. Just being aware of that spot. And then reverse those circles. And as you move here, you might think about words like clarity, intuition, knowing, light, and just notice if that brings up a sense of ease for you or maybe a sense of resistance. And then we'll come right back to center. And then let's loop those shoulders forward, up and down. So looping them around, and you can bring your arms with you here. And then looping them up and back and down, just reversing directions here. Beautiful. And then just coming back for a moment of stillness, just to check in with yourself. How have things changed? Have things stayed the same for you? Have these movements been nourishing for you? And then a little breath practice here. So we're going to bring our index finger of the right hand, preferably. And again, if the right hand's not available to you, you could use your left hand, or you could just imagine that you're holding your finger here. And then we're going to do Nadi Shodhana. It's alternate nostril breathing. So with the finger at the third eye, we're going to cover the right nostril with the thumb. And inhale up through the left nostril. You might imagine the breath going up to that third eye chakra. And then close the left nostril, open up the right nostril, and exhale out the right nostril. And then inhale up the right nostril, close it with your thumb, open up the left nostril, and exhale. That was one round, so just continue in your own timing, inhaling left and close, exhaling right. Inhale right and close, open up left and exhale. It really doesn't matter what fingers you use, but we're just finding balance here in the nervous system, in the two sides of the brain. Balance between yin and yang, light and dark, masculine and feminine. And using our third eye chakra, our inner wisdom, to make sense of it all. Now, if you have a balanced third eye chakra, you might be open-minded, open to listening to others' perspectives. Maybe you might be the opposite of that, have some pretty rigid ideas. Just noticing what's true for you without any judgment. Let's find 2 more full rounds here. The last time you exhale out the left nostril, that's the last time. And just notice the quality of your breath, the quality of your mind. And then when you're ready, let's take the fingertips to the tops of the shoulders here. So just kind of like little caps here. And let's begin to rotate and lift the elbows forward and then draw them down and back. So just kind of swinging the elbows forward and back. And as how far you move, the range of motion is entirely up to you here. So just feeling the skin around your armpits, around your shoulders, your upper arms. You might begin to draw them a little farther back or lift them up a little bit higher. Just exploring, maybe one side's a little different than the other. The next time you lift your elbows forward, it might be nice to extend your arms, lift them up at kind of a 45-degree angle, and then draw your fingertips down and then press your palms back towards the wall behind you. Rotate your palms towards your body, facing each other, lift them up towards the sky as much as feels good to you, and then draw them back down by your hips. Rotate the arms so that the palms are pressing back as much as feels good. So just really working with the shoulder joints, the skin, the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia that is all around there. Many of you have had surgeries in this area, maybe having had lymph nodes removed. So just finding some little range of motion, finding that healthy edge for yourself. Let's just do that a couple more times here. And maybe if you're not already, link the movement with your breath. Inhale up, exhale back. Twice more. And then bring your palms back to rest on your lap. Maybe palms up this time. And if you like, you could bring your index finger to your thumb, a little mudra that just acknowledges the bowing down of our egos to our higher self, our higher intuition, our inner wisdom, our inner knowing. And then let's get a little more movement. So take your feet out a little bit wider, maybe as wide as hip width, maybe a little wide, not too terribly wide here. We're going to bring the hands right behind the hips, maybe holding on to the back of the chair here. And we're going to do some more cat and cow movements, but we're going to get more into the spine here rather than just the neck. So as you inhale, look up towards the sky, let your third eye chakra shine upward. And exhale, round forward, bow your chin towards your chest, lengthen the spine, draw the belly button back. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, arch the spine as much as feels good. Exhale, round forward. Think about opening up the shoulder blades here. And then as you look up and inhale, think about drawing the shoulder blades inward and towards one another. Couple more times here. Keep your face soft, keep your thighs soft. Next time you inhale, come all the way back up to that tall spine. And then we're going to bring the hands back to the thighs and just walk your elbows down. Bring your hands to clasp in front of your groin here. So kind of like a football coach stance. And just breathe into your low back here with the belly compressed a little bit against the thighs. You might be able to feel some expansion into your low back, into your hips. Just really focusing on that low back movement. And you can keep your spine nice and straight here. Tuck the chin so that the neck is an extension of the spine. Or you could come to a forward fold, maybe bringing one hand and then the other down to the ground. Or maybe cross your elbows here and tuck your chin generously and just allow yourself to hang. So wherever you are, 3 or 4 more breaths right there. Really focus on those deep belly breaths. And then when you're ready, come back to a tall spine, gently pressing yourself all the way back up. And then we'll make some circles in one direction. And again, you can keep that nice tall spine here, nice and long, or you might begin to take some of that cat-cow movement. So arching the spine as you rotate forward, rounding the spine as you rotate back. Get your head, your neck, your shoulders involved if you like. And then we'll reverse. If you want to make some noise here, groan, hum, whatever comes up to you, just feel free to sound it out, whatever is coming into your experience today. And then when you feel even on both sides, we'll come all the way back to the tall spine. We'll bring those feet back to parallel. And then we're going to come into a figure 4 here for the hips. So hope if it's available to you, we're going to lift that right ankle up and bring it to the top of the left knee. And you can hold onto your shin here. If that doesn't work for you, you can just cross your right ankle in front of the left ankle. Just gently rest your hands to your knee, maybe your shin if you've got it up here, and find that nice tall spine here. And then we're going to bring our arms out in front. So right arm on top, forearms resting on one another. Inhale, a nice tall spine right here. As you exhale, twist towards your right foot, towards your left. Breathe here. Now, it doesn't have to be a big twist. It can just be very subtle. Inhale, lengthen to your spine. Inhale to soften your forehead, your jaw, your belly. If you like, you might tilt your left elbow down towards the earth and get a little bit into the right side body here. Just notice what's happening in your right thigh, your right hip. Couple breaths here, wherever you are. And then inhale back to a tall spine. Exhale back to center. And then unwind and release. Maybe windshield wiper your knees gently from side to side. And then we'll do the opposite side. So left ankle in front of the right ankle or on top of the right knee or just behind the right knee, really. Find that nice tall spine here. Lengthen the back of the neck. Press into your standing foot and your sit bones. And then we'll cross the left forearm on top of the right forearm here. This might be a great place to stay. Maybe this is the great place to stay. Maybe you inhale here and exhale to twist towards your right any amount. Couple breaths right here. Just exploring what is true for you. Breathing your breath. And maybe inhale to lift that left elbow up towards the sky. Open up the left side body. Couple breaths right here. One more inhale. Exhale, come back to your tall spine. Inhale back to center. And exhale, release, shake it out. And then just a little bit of movement here for the lower legs. So let's inhale, come up onto the toes. Exhale to come back down to the heels. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale to press down. So we're just going to kind of rock onto the heels or onto the balls of the feet and then back onto the heels. So just kind of massaging the bottoms of the feet on the ground here. Rocking forward, rocking back, and you can even rock your body here. This is very nourishing and soothing for the nervous system. If it feels good to rock, you can feel free to do that. And then we'll stretch both legs out nice and long. And let's just open up the toes, spread them wide, and then curl them in, kind of like you're trying to pick something up off the floor. Open up, spread them wide, curl them in. And just open and curl in your own timing. And then we're going to flutter the feet, so pointing and flex, and you can lift your feet up off the ground, hold on to the chair, or you can just keep your feet down and point and flex here. Just kind of fluttering. And then we'll circle the ankles in one direction, however many times feels right for you, and then circle in the opposite direction. And this is great movement, what we're doing here with the feet and the legs, if you've been sitting for a long time, to do this a little bit before you go trying to stand up. And then we'll bring those feet right back under the knees and just notice what you notice here. You might notice your heartbeat again. You might notice your breath. Whatever is true for you today. And then once again, let's go ahead and take the feet out nice and wide. You might need to scoot forward to the edge of your chair. If you're feeling really strong today and you want to get up off the chair, you can come into a bit of a squat here, a kind of a goddess squat. Maybe lifting your heart and your spine so that you're sitting up nice and tall here. So whether you're sitting on the chair or standing in your squat, let's twist over to the left. And then over to the right, over to the left, and over to the right. You might begin to twist a little more deeply, maybe dipping that right shoulder towards the left knee as you twist left, and left shoulder towards right knee as you twist right. Just going side to side here. You can use your hands in the inner thigh space for a little extra leverage. Let's do one more time to each side. And then inhale back to center. If you're standing, come back to your seat, parallel your feet, and just notice what you notice happening here. And then a little option to get a little more twisting here. So we're just going to rest the hands on the thighs. Inhale right here, and as you exhale, reach your right fingers towards your knee and draw your left fingers back towards your hip and look to your left. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, draw the right hand back and reach the left hand forward. So we're just inhaling center, exhale to twist. Inhale center, exhale to twist. And just continue moving here as much as you like, as much as feels good. And just think about all the wonderful movement that you're getting across your body here. The spine, the hips, the ribs, the arms, the elbows, the wrists, the shoulders, the neck. Everything's getting some movement here. Now you can continue here on your seat, or you might like to press into your heels, come to stand. Take a little wider stance and just kind of swivel from side to side. Now, this is called knocking on heaven's door here. And this is just wonderful for moving, again, many parts of the body. You might bend into your knees a little bit as you move from side to side, and you could just let your arms kind of hang free and loose here. I always like to think about, you know, being in a beautiful meadow full of flowers, wearing a pretty skirt, and just kind of twirling side to side. Just thinking about springtime and joy-filled days of laughter, sunlight, and just notice how that vision might affect you. Thinking about being out in nature, twirling in the sunlight, in the grass, the flowers. What does that bring up for you if you picture that? Is there resistance there? Is there reception there? And begin to make your movements smaller and begin to come back to center. Hands at your sides, feet under your knees. Feel your feet on the ground. Draw yourself up to your tallest height, whether you're standing or sitting in your mountain pose, and maybe rotate your palms forward a little bit here. Stand tall on your mountain. Every time we revisit mountain pose in yoga, we're a little higher. We can see with a little more clarity. Every time we honor our boundaries in our practice, we are strengthening our trust in ourselves. We are enlivening and trusting our intuition. One more inhale wherever you are. And if you're not sitting already, exhale and take a seat. And then just a little more movement here. So you might keep your legs right where they are, or again, you might cross your right knee over the left. This time we're going to cross the knee over the knee, or again, you can cross the ankle in front if that feels more comfortable for you here. Let's inhale, open the arms up wide. As you exhale, wrap your arms around yourself, left arm on top, right arm on bottom, and just give yourself a nice little hug here. Maybe close your eyes and really hold your shoulders here as if you're truly giving yourself a hug. And if it feels nice, you might nestle your chin down into your elbows. And here, focus on the breath between the shoulder blades. So really expanding into the shoulders. Feel that lifting, that widening. Now you might like to stay right here, or maybe come back to that long neck, extend the left arm and hug it in with the right arm, getting a little more of a stretch, particularly in the back of that left shoulder. Couple more breaths right here. Inhale, length. Exhale to soften. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you let that left arm rest to the outside of your left thigh or right thigh and turn to twist to your right. And here you might take your gaze forward towards the future, back towards the past, acknowledging both are not right here in the present moment, and we can do nothing about either one of them except for what our power is right here. One more time, look back to the right. Inhale here. Exhale, unwind everything. Take a moment to check in with yourself. And then let's cross left ankle over right ankle or left knee over right knee. Inhale, open your arms up, open your heart, and then cross. Whoops. Left arm. Yeah. Left arm on top this time. No, left arm on bottom this time. Beautiful. Sometimes I get a little mixed up here when I'm talking and trying to do my directions at the same time. So give yourself that beautiful squeeze hug here. Hold yourself. And maybe tuck your chin down. Give yourself a little extra squeeze here. Or maybe a little extra stretch. Lengthen the neck. Extend the right arm. Really hug it in. Breathe into the shoulders. Let your collarbones lift and your shoulder blades expand. Couple more breaths here. And then maybe deciding if it might be nice to put that right forearm to the left thigh and turn to look to your left. And then maybe taking your gaze forward and back. A little bit of movement in the neck. Breathe length into your spine. Exhale to soften the muscles of the face. One more time, look left. Inhale here. Exhale, unwind everything, come back to center. And just feeling your feet on the ground again. You might scoop back in your chair if you've migrated forward so that you feel really supported here. Lift your heart, lengthen your neck, and soften your elbows and shoulders down. Feel all 10 toes and both heels on the ground. And then let's turn the right fingers up to the sky. And just take a look at each one of your 5 fingerprints here. And for each one of these 5, see if you can think of something you might want to let go of. Maybe it's resentment, judgment, competition, the need to be right. I can't think of a 5th one right now. Maybe you think of a bunch of different things. Maybe you only have one. And then we're going to flip that right hand down and turn the left one up. And again, for all left fingerprints, think of something you're grateful for. I'm grateful for yoga. I'm grateful for this class, this group of people. I'm grateful for the sunlight. I'm grateful for the kitty girl, my little cat princess that lives here with me. I'm grateful for creativity, connectedness, compassion, courage, and clarity, and a lot more than that too. You might bring both of your hands together at your heart where they meet, things that we're grateful for, things that we're letting go of. And you could, if you want to join me, bow your chin to your chest in respect and reverence for yourself, in respect and reverence for your own inner wisdom and your own intuition, and in acknowledgement that each of us has our own path that we lead and our own guiding light. Namaste. Thank you everyone so much for being here with me today. I'm going to move back up to the front of the room. If anyone has any questions or comments, you are more than welcome to share and let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube on a recording, feel free to make a comment, like, share, subscribe, all those things. Thank you again for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Namaste.